Welcome in to Lady Eagle basketball at Tasker Arena on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle and Jonathan running camera. So we are up in the Eagle's nest, you might say, looking down on the warm-up for these two teams. Hobbs girls are hosting Mayfield High School, and Mayfield comes in at 5-3. Ranked number 12 in 5A overall in New Mexico under head coach George Maya. The Hobbs girls are 8-1 under head coach Joey Carpenter. They are ranked number 1 in New Mexico 5A. And I tell you what, coming into this season, I think they felt a lot of pressure, losing, some of the team, the seniors and the talent that they did. But knowing, I think they had confidence, but I think it was just a matter of proving it to themselves and everybody else that, yes, we are still the number 1 girls team in New Mexico 5A. And they have been really, playing well pretty consistently and coming in with one last tune-up game before the Hobbs Holiday Tournament, which will be on December 28th, 29th, 30th here at Tasker Arena, of course, coinciding with the Hobbs boys part of that tournament. So this is, their last chance before Christmas to get a good game in, and they then will come in and play the tournament games, and then they'll be back in action in January, January 3rd, as a matter of fact. And school will get back underway, and they'll continue. And then the Hobbs girls start district at the end of January on the 24th. So that's kind of the game plan, at least, for them for tonight, carrying through the holiday break and then into January, TJ?
Yeah, really just a tune-up tonight, a final tune-up before that holiday tournament. The Hobbs Lady Eagles, of course, will come into that tournament expecting they'll be the favorite, and they will, of course, be expecting to win. But one thing we know about Coach Joey Carpenter, he likes to keep his team sharp. He wants them to play as much and as often as they can. Of course, they've made some rule changes about early in the season and some things. But, he wants to get them and keep them sharp, before they have that basically week-long layoff. And, so far, so good, as you mentioned, for the Lady Eagles. Yeah, they had one kind of stumble against Lubbock Cooper back here earlier this month, but really they've pretty much just been destroying teams. There's no better way to put it. 62.6 points per game they're what they're averaging, which when you have that means you've got a lot of girls who are scoring and scoring highly. The team does not publicize their statistics. I was not able to find those, but when you look at the roster up and down, they've got a lot of girls who can step up and who can score. Kendall Cunningham, I know, has had a big early season. Bright Clay is always dangerous. Bryn Hargrove having a good year,
definitely,
too. So that's just a couple of names. Of course, Wisdom Anthony, maybe we'll see her back. I know there was a little bit of an injury problem there a couple of weeks ago, so I don't know what her status will be for tonight. But really, if the Lady Eagles can come out and do what they know they can do, really Mayfield, probably won't be able to stand against them. Mayfield 5-3, as you mentioned. That's nothing to sneeze at, and I think tonight will be a nice tune-up in prep for that holiday tournament. We talk about other teams that Hobbs could potentially see at some point, and you've got Alamogordo, who they played to open the season and just ran them out of the Alamogordo gym 71-11. Played a tough Lubbock team, always tough when you play the Texas teams. Beat them by 9 points, then kind of had their little stumble by 11 against Lubbock Cooper. Then the Odessa High School game, which you called, really, they kind of ran OHS out of here. Then they played Santa Fe Indian, a 63-25 score. Fairfax from Arizona in a tournament. That one was a very close game, 52-49. Then ran away from Navajo Prep, and then on the Las Cruces road swing, which seemingly the Hobbs boys or the Hobbs girls get every year, a Friday, Saturday affair down in Cruces, 54-49 over Centennial, and then 76-49 against Oregon Mountain. Again, teams that we could potentially see again down the road in the playoffs.
Definitely. Now, their very last game was against Oregon Mountain, 76-49, nice victory. So they're coming off of that win, and Oregon Mountain actually will be a team that they'll see in the holiday tournament. Albuquerque Highland, Oregon Mountain, Isleta Parkland, Piedra Vista, Laredo United, Ironwood, Arizona, and El Paso Aztec are the girls teams that will be in the holiday tournament, of course, hosted by the Hobbs Lady Eagles on the girls' side. So, yep, that is kind of how we got here, the road to here tonight. And I did have the pleasure of calling that Odessa Permian game, and it was it really was an easy walk for the Hobbs girls, but they played well, and they accomplished what the coach wanted to do in that game. It seemed very successful, and he was even able to get a lot of his bench in and play significant minutes in that game because it got into running clock time in that third quarter, and they were able to see some pretty significant minutes in that game as well, and showed how deep that they are. And as you mentioned, many of those names, but Jayla David also doing very well for the Hobbs girls this season. Carolina Size also coming through big time as well, and just a lot of contributors. So yeah, it's a deep team, and they're getting more and more experience and better with every game. So looking tonight again for that last warm-up game before they're in action in the holiday tournament. So yeah, and it's your typical home game atmosphere. We got the girls, the little dribblers out there, and the Taskervich that is playing, as you can hear in the background, and a decent crowd, considering that this is pre-holiday week. We're just a few days away from Christmas, so not bad in the stands on both sides in the bottom. So looking forward for this one to get underway here in just a few minutes. We'll take a break and come back and go down the rosters and get ready for the tip-off of this one. It's Hobbs girls hosting Mayfield High School at Tasker Arena, and we'll be back with Lady Eagle basketball on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle and Jonathan running camera. And here are your sponsors for tonight's game. Thank you to Lee County State Bank, Hobbs Rental, Forest Tire, Hobbs Express, Robinson and Associates, Thriftway, First American Bank, Lasco, Eunice Pump, NMR Pipeline, Rent-A-Center, and Devon Energy. All right, let's look at our starters tonight for both teams. Well, let's run down the rosters really quickly. For Mayfield High School, number 1 is Victoria Kirker. Number 2, Aaliyah Salas. Number 3, Lyric Corona. Number 4, Yadira Bernal. Number 5 is Mia Salazar. Number 12, Lorena Villarreal. Number 13 is Jasleen Ruiz. Number 14 is JC Lorank. Number 20 is Haley Chavarria. 21, Giselle Casillas. Number 23, Jocelyn Alvarado. Number 30, Sienna McKines. Number 32, Kylie Lopez. Number 40, Isabella Padilla. Number 45, Lily Aramijo. For Hobbs, number 4 is Maitson Cepeda. Number 10, Wisdom Anthony. Number 12, Aliana Armitage. Number 14 is Brett Clay. Number 15, Nakia Mojica. Mojica had a very good game in that Permian against Permian as well, and that nice win for Hobbs. Number 20, Bryn Hargrove. She was the leading scorer in that game. Number 22, Kendall Cunningham. She had a double-double in that game. 23 is Jayla David. Number 24, Carolina Size. Number 30, Desiree Vasquez. Number 33, Kaislyn Muniz. And number 34, Alana Bolton. And number 42, Tiana Richardson. And your starters for Mayfield will be number 3, Corona. Number 4, Bernal. Number 5, Salazar. Number 12, Villarreal. And number 23, Alvarado. Your starters for Hobbs will be Clay, Mojica, Hargrove, Cunningham, and David. Your 5 on the floor. They are still in warm-up mode, though. We've got about 4 minutes left in pregame clock. And we do, expect the Hobbs girls to come out and they play an aggressive style, a fast-paced game, and they're fun to watch. They're exciting to watch, and when they are cooking, they are extremely, extremely exciting to watch. Always fun to watch the Hobbs girls.
Well, it certainly is, and they can run and gun with the best of them. That's the style that Coach Joey Carpenter has put in since he's come in. They press the whole game, something that is, not foreign to Tasker Arena by far, but they press. They look for the open, in this case, the open woman. They're going to look for the open shot, the open lane, and they're not afraid to take an open lane. They're going to force a ton of turnovers, and that's going to get them into the transition game, get them the fast break, get them the open looks at the open layups, and then they're just going to hound the opposition all the way down the court. Going to be important for them tonight to really hound Lyric Corona and Lorena Villarreal. Those are the two leading scorers for Mayfield. Corona averaging 17 points a game, and Villarreal averaging just about 9. So, the two main scorers there.
And Villarreal, 5.9 rebounds per game. Salazar leading in assists for Mayfield, and Bernal in blocks. So those are your top stat, your girls in the stats at least for Mayfield. But Hobbs was very impressed in their game against Odessa Permian, how smooth their transitions were most of the time. They had some, at one point they were a little bit clunky. Coach called them in, timeout, fixed it, got them back out there, and then it was just so smooth really from then on. So they work so well as a team, and those transitions are so important, but man, they just stole the lights out of the gym that night. They forced so many turnovers and just walked up, just ran away with the ball, took it away from Permian every chance they got, forced so many turnovers, and made points off of those turnovers, and that's what's important. Is not just the turnovers, but making them count. And Hobbs was able to do that and to get into Odessa High, not Odessa Permian. But they were able to that helped them get into that 30, more than 30 points ahead and get into the running clock in that third quarter against Odessa High.
Well, and that is very important. That's one thing that they definitely want to do. I mean, that's a hallmark of a Coach Joey Carpenter team is get up and, get it into that running clock kind of territory. Of course, it starts running at 35 and stops for free throws and timeouts and things like that.
Not much.
No, not
it doesn't
much.
Stop for much.
Yeah, if you get up by 50, then it never stops except for timeouts. But, with a younger team, and this Hobbs team is young. What is there, 8 sophomores on the roster?
Yes.
And just 1 senior or 2 seniors?
Yeah, Wisdom
Anthony.
Anthony.
And a couple of freshmen and 1 junior?
Wisdom Anthony is a senior, and Desiree Vasquez is a senior. And Wisdom has been out, with the injury, and Vasquez is not a starter. So really, they're leaning on sophomores. They have, a junior, and again, that's Tiana Richardson, and all the girls are important to the team. She's not a starter, but that's why I say really they're leaning on much younger players. But just like in that Odessa High game, he used his bench, came in, and they got significant minutes, but they also worked in, and they were doing a good job. They were helping. It wasn't like he put the bench in and they let Odessa High catch up and then he put his starters back in. They just kept the pace up and kept on going and were scoring and doing very well. So that's how you build that team, and you get a young team in shape and in playing shape like that.
And playing shape, and you get them used to playing with maybe occasionally slightly different alignments on the floor and slightly different personnel and combinations.
That's right.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
And the more you can do that, the deeper you get into the season, the more important it becomes.
Yeah. So we'll be back. We'll take a little break here because they're going to be announcing teams, and we'll take a break for the national anthem as well, and come back. And we'll wait, I guess, to throw it until the Hobbs girls come on. You can hear Taskovich ramping up, and now the Hobbs girls are coming onto the floor. They're going to spend a few minutes tossing out what looks like T-shirts, I think, tonight to the home crowd and the fans. So we'll be back. We'll take a break and come back with the tip-off of this one. It's Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball against Mayfield High School here at Tasker Arena on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back to Tasker Arena. We've just had National Anthem, the school song, and the introduction of players. And we have gone through the rosters and your starters, so you know that already. You've got everything you need to know. And I guess we're just about ready too. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle and Jonathan running camera. And we're just about to get this one tipped off, TJ.
Well, we certainly are. And we got to say a big thanks to our friends at Lee County State Bank, Hobbs Rental, Forest Tire, Hobbs Express, Robinson and Associates, Thriftway, First American Bank, Lasco Construction, Eunice Pump and Supply, NMR Pipeline, Rent-A-Center, and Devon Energy for making Lady Eagle basketball possible here on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
All right, in the getting ready for the tip-off, you've got Alvarado and Jayla David. Ball's up in the air, and it's tipped right back into Alvarado's. A fight for it, and it's going to be a free ball, and picking it up is Bryn Hargrove. Tipping it over to Jayla David, and David takes it in from the right side. First 2 points, and Hobbs is on the board 2-0. Here comes Mayfield, though, crossing the timeline. A pass over to Corona on the left side. She puts up a shot. It's an air ball, won't fall, and that is Mojica with the rebound. Her first. A pass over to Hargrove on the right side, and she drops a tray. 3 for Hargrove makes it 5-0, and a timeout. Mayfield is going to take it already. So it's
Coach Maya was like, "Whoa, hold on, let's see if we can keep this from getting out of hand."
5-0 with less than a minute off the clock, and a lot of teams that are fighting for air already.
Yeah, well, and he's not happy. I mean, he's telling them you have to contain, and I know exactly what he's doing because they completely lost Hargrove on that transition, and she was wide open, took that assist from Mojica, and there wasn't a Mayfield Lady Trojan within 20 feet of her. And when you leave any of these Lady Eagles, but especially Hargrove, that wide open, they're going to drain it just about every time. And 5-0 just like that 30 seconds into the ball game.
Yeah, Hargrove had 23, I want to say 23, maybe 26 points in that game against Odessa High. And there were a lot of Lady Eagles on the board in that game. So Mayfield inbounding, and they get it over to Bernal. She's getting trapped up in the backcourt. Good defense by Mojica. Makes it across the timeline, right side. Bounce pass, then back in the corner. Oh, again, good defense, good pressure by Hobbs. A shot from the top of the arc won't go, and reaching up, Jayla David with her second rebound. Gives it off to Hargrove. Hargrove's going to put it in the corner, and I believe that was
Mojica.
Mojica took the shot, didn't fall, fight for the rebound. It was a free ball on the court, and then coming down with hands on it was number 12, Villarreal, and Mojica for Hobbs.
And
but
they're going to whistle Mojica, on the foul. So her first team foul on Hobbs.
Of course, on the floor. Mayfield inbounding, moving the ball across midcourt. Almost stolen away. Bernal fighting for it. Passing in, looking for room. Reese has to get it back out. Corona catches it just in time over by the scorer's table to keep it inbounds. Mayfield doing some quick passing, and that's good work, but they are fighting Lady Eagles off the whole time. There was a shot that's up. It goes underneath the basket, out of bounds, and it's going to be the Hobbs girls' ball.
Yeah, that was a big fight underneath for the rebound after the shot missed, and Mayfield touching it last, and they're just going to drop back in looks like a 1-2-2 zone look. Hobbs is going to eat that for lunch if they breaks down.
Here comes Mojica down the court. Dribble outside the arc. Now work it in and get it over there onto the left side to Clay. They're going to work it around to Kendall Cunningham on the right side. In and out. It's always tough to see. Fight for the ball, and they're going to call jump ball. They're going to go ahead and call the foul.
Yeah, they're going to call the foul.
They're going to call the reach foul on number 20 on Hargrove. So that's her first foul.
Second team foul on the Lady Eagles.
All right. First foul was against Mojica. So we have a couple of the Hobbs girls going off, Mojica and Hargrove. And coming in.
Looks like Armitage, and we'll catch that other number, and Zepeda.
All right. Mayfield inbounding, working from the backcourt. That's number 4, Bernal. She pulls up, moves back to midcourt, leaves it off for Salazar, then to Corona. Corona tries a three-point shot, won't fall. Fight for the rebound. It looks like Jayla David has that one. It's her 3rd rebound. Passes it off to Clay. Almost loses the ball, works it back in, and back to David. Oh, another in and out. Ball's loose. It's going to end up going out of bounds, and they're going to say it's Mayfield ball. Nope, they're going to say Hobbs. It's
Hobbs ball.
Yep, Hobbs.
Going to say last touch by Salazar.
And it's going to be Armitage, who will inbound from the right corner. There's Hobbs girls kind of sorting things out.
Bit of a scoring drought for the Lady Eagles. They've had some looks, but they've had things pop in and out.
It's 5-0. 5:25 left to play in this first. Kendall Cunningham backs it in, turn around, layup, 2 points. That's her first 2 points. That makes it 7-0 Hobbs girls. Mayfield with the ball. That is Bernal, right side. Passes over to Corona. Corona passes in the left corner. Salazar is going to work around the outside of the arc. Give it to Bernal. Bernal over in the corner to Corona. Spin move. And gets it back to Salazar. Hobbs girls keeping him out of the paint and doing a good job. And Jayla David reached out, swatted it away. I think she just got ball.
Yeah, she did.
Then it just went out of bounds, but last touch by Hobbs, so it'll be Mayfield's ball. Over in the corner, inbound. Bernal's got it. She's going to pull up. Get it over to Salazar and then into Villarreal. Thinks about getting it out. She traveled definitely. Kind of didn't pick up that foot.
Second turnover, for Mayfield.
Yep. And so give it to Hobbs. 7-0. Hobbs leading. 4:46 left to play and a quick moving first. As they get that to Mojica. Over to Armitage in the right corner. Going to work it around the arc. Gets it into Cunningham. Drives in, puts it back out. Now Mojica's got it. She pulls up, thinks about it. It's at Armitage. Armitage into David. David thinks about it. Now works in it around. Now getting into the lane. Puts up a shot, bricks it. Gets her own rebound, puts it up. Second one won't go, and that one is Villarreal. The rebound by Mayfield. They bring it down. Corona over on the right side. Working it in. Alvarado. Passes it back out, almost stolen away by Hobbs, being very quick. And now a shot is up by Salazar, goes in and out, fight for the rebound, free ball. Armitage has got it, and she's going to take it coast to coast, put the layup up, won't fall, fight for the rebound. And Mojica said that she thought it was not her, but I think she did touch it last, at least that's what the ref says, so it'll be Mayfield ball.
Too many point-blank shots as Brent Hargrove will check back in for Armitage.
And that was Brett Clay, not Mojica. Brett Clay, good hustle. And Mayfield inbounding, almost losing it again. Good hustle, attempted steals. And again, that's Brett Clay working, trying to get that ball away. Almost succeeded twice there. But Mayfield manages to keep it. Goes out of bounds. Villarreal inbounding. And that is Laurent in the game now. They're going to pass it over to Corona. She tries a three-pointer from the right corner. Won't fall. Air ball. And picked up by Hargrove. And they pass it over to Brett Clay in the left side. And she puts up a three. Nice shooting. Makes it 10-0. Hobbs girls.
Works in the transition.
Lead.
Got open and took the shot.
Corona, and another turnover as Hobbs steals it away. They get it to Mojica. She kicks it back out to Hargrove. Hargrove takes the shot from the right wing, won't fall. Cunningham with the rebound, her second, and it won't fall.
Somebody nees to tell the Lady Eagles that's not the south basket at the pit.
No.
We can make it in our south basket.
Yeah, they've had a few of those where they've had second and third looks and they haven't managed to make them fall, but they are ahead in this one, 10-0. Mayfield working it in, trying to get it in the lane, and once they do, Kendall Cunningham's right there, picks it up. It's another turnover, another steal for Hobbs, and shot is up, no good. Brett Clay works around, gets the rebound, puts up a shot, won't fall. Then David has the rebound, puts up a shot, won't fall. The bounce pass into Clay in traffic goes out of bounds, so it will be Mayfield ball.
Still a 10-0 run. Hobbs, though, too many open looks, too many point-blank shots that they're just not getting down. This ought to be 24-0.
And I think Coach Carpenter on his feet is feeling that frustration too. Mayfield with a shot, bricks it off the front, and that's going to be a rebound for Hobbs. Taking it down, Hargrove from the left side. So 2 more points for her, makes it 5 in the game, makes it 12-0 for Hobbs. Mayfield still in the backcourt. Oh, that is Alvarado kicking it back, crosses the timeline. That's Salazar with it, just in time. Gets it to Laurent. Laurent to Villarreal. She tries a shot from top of the arc, won't fall, or top of the key rather. And that is Brett Clay with another rebound. Takes it down. Bounce pass, lose the handle off
from
of
behind,
it.
Yeah.
So Hobbs with a couple of turnovers. And then Corona takes it down, and I think she's going to get fouled.
Yeah, just a frustration foul on Clay coming back the other way after Hobbs with actually their first turnover of the ball game. The other one was, I think, was just a rebound that went out.
Okay, not a foul.
Yeah, not a turnover.
All right. Mayfield inbounds. Corona's got it, passing it into that corner again. Hobbs, good tight defense. Shots up, won't go. That is Villarreal with the rebound, her second. The putback won't fall. Fight for the rebound. This time it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Mayfield.
I think they're going to say Mojica got it last.
Mojica got a little bit off of her foot, maybe. So Mayfield will keep the ball. They'll inbound right underneath the basket. Kick it out to Villarreal. In the corner, back to Villarreal. Now Chavarria's got it. Oh, and stolen away. Then Armitage with a nice steal. And she's going to take it down, kicks it out to Hargrove on the right side, takes a shot, won't fall. Cunningham fighting for the rebound, but it is Alvarado's. That's her second. Mayfield in the backcourt. Now Corona brings it across the timeline, drives into the lane, puts up a shot, won't fall. It's kicked out, controlled by Salazar. And Mayfield will try it again. Working on the outside of the arc, and Hobbs, a nice touch, steal by Mojica. She's going to take it in. Oh, and a point-blank layup goes in and out. But Armitage there with the rebound. Give it to Kendall Cunningham, and she hippity-hops into the lane there, puts it up from the right side. 2 more points for her, makes it 14-0. Just a few seconds left in this first quarter. Mayfield's got it. Alvarado taking it down. Then they pull up. Tight defense. Looking for room. Pass it off to Salazar. And then back into the corner by Corona. Just a second left. Shots up, won't fall. Rebound by Hobbs. And just a couple of seconds left. Hargrove puts up. Oh, and makes it. Wow, just a little last second desperation. One arm, one hand push. And she makes that at the buzzer, right at the buzzer. Amazing. 17-0 is your score, and we'll be back with the second quarter. Hobbs leading here at Tasker Arena. Hobbs Lady Eagle Basketball on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Tasker Arena, where the Hobbs Lady Eagles are leading this one 17-0. They have held Mayfield scoreless in the first quarter. Hobbs inbounding. Hargrove's got it. Passes off to Armitage. Back to Hargrove. She tries one from the right wing, and it bounces up. Fight for it. Mayfield's got it. And that is going to be Corona taking it down and stolen away by Mojica, who almost has it stolen back away by Corona. Mojica's going to take it across timeline, pull up, and give it over to Hargrove. Hargrove, yes, with a tray. That is her third tray of the game, 20-0. But Mayfield with a fast break. They took the rebound, went down, and man, Jayla David gets punched in the nose.
Yeah,
and
David
falls.
was trying to get her feet set, but she was still shuffling, so she's going to take the block foul. So her first personal, third team, make that the fourth team foul on Hobbs. Yeah, there it is. I missed one.
And that is going to put Bernal at the line. Very flat. No arc at all on that, but it went in, so
and
effective.
It gets Mayfield off the schneid.
Yeah, it is the first point for Mayfield. I mean, they played a full quarter scoreless. They have one on the board. Bernal has a chance to make it two, and she does. That one had a little more arc on it. So 20-2. Hargrove brings across the timeline, center court for Hobbs. Works it around, getting double teamed. Bounce pass over to Clay. Clay getting worked on. Back to Hargrove. Hargrove to Armitage on the right side. She puts up an attempted three. It's an air ball, and that's Villarreal with another rebound. A pass down to Salazar, and she pops one. And that's a three. That's a tray.
And
so
it's a 5-0 run to start the quarter for Mayfield.
So 20-5 now. Hobbs still leading, though, with the ball. That's Clay on the right wing. Gets it to, and a nice one. Gets it to Hargrove, and again, from that right side, she pops another tray. Her fourth of this game gives her 14 points of Hobbs' 23 so far. Mayfield getting trapped up in the backcourt. Yeah, that was a kind of an accidental, and she didn't mean to throw the hip into her, but that is going to be a foul nonetheless, and I think that's going to be on Brett Clay.
Yeah, that'll be her second personal, fifth team foul.
She was just in position to try to guard, try to trap them up in the backcourt, and just ended up getting a hip into her. So it's on the floor, not a shooting foul. That'll be Salazar inbounding. Gets it to Villarreal. Villarreal right at midcourt. Good coverage. Gets it to Bernal. Bernal switches it back to Villarreal. And now Salazar is going to take the shot from the left corner. Won't fall, and that's going to be Brett Clay with another rebound, her third. Passes it off to Armitage. Then to Kendall Cunningham on the right side. Puts up a shot. It's short. And then it falls. Just a free ball. Ends up rolling out of bounds. Last touch by Mayfield, so Hobbs will have it.
Kind of kicked around there by Alvarado and not able to handle it as it came off and just kind of died on the floor.
And the pass in to Clay right underneath the basket. She puts it up and in, her fifth point. Makes it 25-5. Hobbs girls leading, 5:58 left. And coming down the court with it, Mayfield.
And
driving right.
blocked.
Yeah, driving right into the lane and then bumping right into to Clay and David, kind of twin towers right there. But it'll be Mayfield basketball. No foul. Salazar inbounding to Villarreal, and a timeout is going to be
5-second violation.
5-second violation. There you go.
Turnover number 8 for Mayfield.
I looked down, looked back up, and saw the girls heading, and I thought, timeout. So another turnover.
8
Hobbs
turnover.
has got it. They pass around. Armitage on the right side now. Hargrove gets it over to Clay. Clay drives in. Little bounce pass, and it's stolen away by Corona. Corona's going to take it down, and Clay bumps her from behind.
Yeah, that was a good hustle play by Clay, as even though she lost the turnover, she hustled back down and saw that the dribble was a little bit wild there from Corona and just batted it away and out from behind.
Still Mayfield ball. They'll inbound it, though, and get it right back, and now they get it over to Alvarado. She kicks it out. Bernal's going to pull up and get it back into Villarreal. She takes a shot, and it's going to end up right in the arms of Clay, so she gets a rebound. Brings it down, passes it off. Hargrove's going to take it, tries to put one up, won't fall. Mayfield with the rebound, and they're going to call a jump ball. That was Salazar trying to guard it, but I think
Salazar got the ball, but then
Yeah.
she got immediately tied up, but the possession arrow stays with Mayfield.
So Mayfield will keep the ball, and I think it's going to be Villarreal who will inbound. Mayfield is, to their credit, they're looking pretty gassed, pretty winded, but they're moving the ball quickly. They're trying to keep up with the Hobbs girls, and they're moving the ball, doing quick passing, and trying to keep it out of the hands, keep it from getting stolen by Hobbs. They inbound, let Corona handle the ball, and again, quick passing, too quick, and Bernal not paying attention there. It goes out of bounds into the Hobbs stand, so another turnover. Hobbs gets the ball back. It'll be Clay inbounding to Mojica. Mojica's going to bring it center court, across the timeline. Pass it around to Hargrove in the corner. Kendall Cunningham gets it, drives in from the left side, and pops the ball up, gets fouled. So we'll see who they call that on. There were two candidates there. It's going to be number 23, Alvarado, her first foul on her.
And that's just the first team foul on the visiting Mayfield Lady Trojans. Cunningham at the line for 2.
And Cunningham has 4 points in the game. And the first one is up and good. She's got 5 in the game now, makes it 26-5. Hobbs girls easily in control of this one so far, but they definitely want to keep their feet on the gas. Cunningham at the line, eyes it, skies it, and buries that one too. So she's got 6 points in the game, makes it 27-5.
And so a little 5-0 run for Mayfield to start the quarter becomes a 7-0 run for Hobbs. Now, as you mentioned, 27-5, a 22-point lead. 4:50 to go in the first half.
Villarreal to inbound for Mayfield. Gets it to Salazar. Salazar getting trapped up. Passes it back. Gets it Corona across the timeline. Corona going to handle the ball. Drifts back. Gets it over to Salazar left side. Salazar pulls up, takes a shot, and pops it. I don't think it was just a 2-pointer, though. So Salazar has 2 to go with 3. 5 in the game. 27-7 now. 20-point lead by Hobbs. Mojica's got it. Leaves it off for Cunningham. Now to Clay. Now to Cunningham. And now, back in. Intended for Clay. Picked off, though, as Corona steals it and then moves and then is going to be fouled.
Yeah, a little push from behind. Clay trying to get back in defense just bumped Salazar, and so her third personal, she's going to have to sit for a while.
That hurts. She's a hustler.
Still 4:16 to go in the first half. Clay going to have to sit, as you mentioned, 5 points in the game.
Yeah, and I did not see who came in for her.
I believe it was Bosquez.
Mayfield with the ball. Villarreal. They're working it around, moving it, driving in from the right side. Bernal puts up a shot. Fight for the rebound. Bernal's got it. Now they're going to try, reset, do it again. Still trying to find room, getting worked on. Good tight defense by Hobbs. Bad pass, and it's picked off. Mojica's going to take it. Goes coast to coast and puts the layup in from the right side after the steal. 2 more points. 29-7 now, and here comes Mayfield, and another attempted steal, and yes, Hobbs is going to maintain, although Mayfield hustling, trying to get it back, and Bernal ends up just stumbling, no foul called. Hobbs with the ball, and there's a shot up from the left side, won't fall, fight for the rebound. Mayfield's got it, as I believe that was the player who went in for Clay, who came out, and a whistle sounds. They're going to call
a foul, yeah.
Yep, going to call a foul. And let's see, they're called that on 33. Caselin Muniz. It's her first. She's a player, I believe, who came in for Clay.
That is the 7th team foul, and so that will put Mayfield in the bonus for the last 3:19 of this first half.
And the first one is up and good. That is Villarreal. She's got several rebounds. That's her first point in the game, though.
Mayfield now a perfect 3 of 3 from the free throw line.
29-8 your score. 3:19 left to play in the second quarter here. Hobbs leading. First free throw up and good by Villarreal. Second one also is good. So 29-9 now. Still a 20-point lead by Hobbs. As Mojica brings the ball down the court, right side. Gets it over. Gets it back. Stolen away. Nice moves by Corona. She's got 3 steals in the game, but then she is fouled.
Yeah, Muniz quickly picks up her second personal 8th team foul. And so we'll walk it all the way back down the court, walking about 65 feet from where that happened. This is, I think, Mayfield's dream scenario. They can chip into this 20-point Hobbs lead without the clock moving. That's one thing that the aggressive basketball that Hobbs does. They can pick up some fouls quickly and let teams back in.
No good. Mojica with the rebound. Gives it to Cunningham. Back to Mojica. In the lane. Back in. And now Jayla David, turnaround, jumper, won't fall, and it is Corona with the rebound. Now to Bernal. Bernal driving in the lane. Oh, and Cunningham blocks it. But they're going to say, did she foul?
Nope, they're going to say clean.
Clean block.
She's got to be careful, though, because she came down across and over the head of Bernal. If that's about a quarter of an inch lower, that's a foul.
Still Mayfield ball. Salazar inbounds it, gets it to Bernal. Hobbs, good tight defense, denying them any. They're just going to have to work it around the outside, look for somebody in the inside. Oh, and it popped up, stays Mayfield ball, and then running into her, Jayla David's going to get called as she just bodies into her.
Yeah, and that's her second personal 9th team foul.
She was leaping, trying to steal that, trying to get that ball away, and just kind of misjudged, slammed into her. But David with a nice game so far. She's got a lot of rebounds, a couple of points, but now a couple of fouls as well. And that is up and good. That's Bernal. She's perfect 3 of 3 at the line. Got a rebound to go with it. 29-10 your score here. 2:27 left in this second quarter. Hobbs leading. Second shot up, and that one rattles home. So Bernal 4 of 4 from the line. 29-11. Mojica brings the ball down the court, gets it to Cunningham at the free throw line. Now she's going to drive the lane, puts up the shot, won't fall, but she draws a foul.
And I like to see that. That's what Hobbs needs to do, especially with a couple of girls in foul trouble, is they're going to whistle that one on Salazar, get it to either David or Cunningham. Neither one of them afraid to go into the paint and do some battling and see if you can start pulling some fouls off of Mayfield, which is what they did right there.
And Cunningham, she's got the size, she's got the physicality, she's got high basketball IQ, and she can handle that. Nice. She's a perfect 3 of 3 at the line now. She'll get another chance at it.
And Coach Maya is giving that official down there an earful about something.
And I've got Cunningham with 5 rebounds so far in the game.
Just 1.
Oh, really? You've got her down for 1? She had
We'll talk
it.
Yeah.
She had 2 or 3 of her own rebounds that she got, but now she's got points in the game as well. 31-11 your score now, with Mayfield the ball
got
back,
her 7
and that's
points now.
And the ball is going to go back in the backcourt. Going to be a backcourt violation as the ball on that bad pass just got away, and nothing Salazar could do but just chase it down. So it's another turnover, and it's going to be Hobbs' ball. Hargrove will inbound. Get it to Mojica. Mojica, top of the arc. Setting some O here. Passing it around, Hargrove. Now she drives in, bounce pass right in the lane, and the shot is up, no good, but Hobbs gets the rebound. Then Cunningham gets it, tries the ball, won't fall. Now there's a fight for that rebound as Cunningham's shot it just kind of skated across the rim.
Yeah,
Jayla David ends up on her back on the floor, and let's see what they call.
She and Alvarado were battling, and they're calling jump ball.
Just jump ball instead of a foul. And the arrow goes the way of Hobbs. So Mojica inbounds it to Jayla David. She puts up a shot, little alley-oop shot, won't fall. Gets her own rebound, and then the putback is good. So 33-11 now. Mayfield with the ball going down. That's Bernal. Oh, and stolen away. Bryn Hargrove with a nice steal. Takes it down coast to coast. Little layup from the right side. 2 more points for her.
So I think that was Mojica.
Mojica and not Hargrove. All right, then. And another whistle, and we're going to have a
Yeah, it was just a Hobbs swatted it
Yeah.
out of bounds. So
Just going to be a little interruption in the flow, trying to keep Mayfield from launching anything. They inbound, get it to Salazar. Salazar pulls up, top of the arc. Bounce pass over to Bernal. Bernal over to Corona now. Corona backs in, no room, kicks it out. Back to Salazar. Now back to Corona on the left wing. And now the pass into Bernal. She finds some room, puts up a shot, air ball. Fight for it. It's tipped out of bounds, and I think they're going to say last touch by Mayfield, so it'll be Hobbs' ball.
Yeah, Alvarado could have gotten it over the back there and touched it last. So give it back to Hobbs with 45 seconds to go and a 24-point lead.
Yeah, 35-11 your score. And Hargrove going to bring it down. Pass it off to Armitage, to David. David into Cunningham, backs up, looking for room, little turnaround. Jumper won't fall. Jayla David fighting for the rebound. Ends up on the floor with number 12, Villarreal. The whistle sounds. Let's see what they do. Uh-oh.
Yeah, they're going to.
And Jayla David is on the floor. It looks like in pain. So we will have an injury timeout as they come and take care of her. Does not look good. So we will
let's move the camera.
All right,
please,
we
Jonathan.
We'll take a timeout and be back as your Hobbs girls are leading this one with just 33 seconds left to play in this second quarter. We'll be back to Task Arena with Lady Eagle Basketball on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Tasca Arenas. Jayla David able to get up, and she's getting helped off, and we'll go to the trainer's room. Mayfield inbounds. Oh, and a fight for it. Armitage takes it away. Another turnover. And the pass into Cunningham in the lane. She puts up a shot. It will not fall. And that's Corona's going to come away with it. But then she gets fouled. They're going to call... let's see who they call.
Yeah,
Hobbs faithful not liking that at all. They're going to call it on not Cunningham. Yep, Cunningham. They're going to call, and that's her first foul against her.
And that'll put Mayfield in the double bonus. I mean, only 20 seconds left to go here in the half.
Right, and 35-11, Hobbs leading. 20 seconds left to play. That is a Corona at the line. First is up and good. And actually, that's her first point in the game. She's got 3 steals, a couple of rebounds, but hadn't scored at all. Well, she is one of their ball handlers. And second is up and no good, so a miss. Fight for the ball. Cunningham's got it. She's going to bring it down. Kick it out left side to Hargrove. Hargrove tries a 3, won't fall. Fight for the rebound, and it's going to be Armitage who gets it. Armitage passes it off to Mojica, puts up a shot, won't fall, and then Corona with the rebound puts up a long try, half court, won't fall, and that's it. Halftime is here. 35-12 is your score. Hobbs leading, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes with your halftime show here at Task Arena. Lady Eagle Basketball on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back. It's halftime at Tasker Arena. Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Hobbs up 35-12. And here is how we got there. For Mayfield, your leading scorer so far is Mia Salazar with 5 points, 3 rebounds to go with that. Bernal has 4 points and 2 rebounds. You've got Villarreal with 2 points and 6 rebounds. And Corona with 1 point, 3 rebounds, and 3 steals. And then Alvarado with 2 rebounds. So Mayfield just putting 12 points on the board. But they do have, they've been working the boards okay, but they haven't been able, they've been turning over the ball so much. In fact, I quit writing down turnovers.
15 turnovers for Mayfield. And yeah, you're right on the rebounds. They did have 16 rebounds in that first half, less than Hobbs, but still a pretty respectable number.
For Hobbs, your leading scorer so far is Bryn Hargrove, 14 points with a rebound and a couple of steals to go with that. Then you have Cunningham with 8 points and 5 rebounds. You have Jaylette David with 4 points and 7 rebounds. David, your leading rebounder for Hobbs so far. You've got Mojica with 4 points, 4 rebounds, a couple of steals. You've got Brett Clay with 5 points and 4 rebounds. And you've got Armitage with 2 steals and 3 rebounds. You've got Bosquez with a rebound. So, again, Hobbs showing their depth again. You've got Hargrove leading, but you've got such good offensive production by so many other Lady Eagles, which is, again, showing their depth. And not just in terms of scoring, but in rebounding. You've got them all working. You've got them working the boards. You've got them stealing. You've got 4 of the Lady Eagles with steals and more than 1. So again, well-rounded team, doing well, working the transitions. They just have taken a lot of shots that haven't fallen. Yeah, as you mentioned earlier, that score could be almost double what it is right now, but some of their shooting, they've had 2 and 3 looks at the basket, and they haven't been able to make all of their shots fall.
No, they certainly haven't, and I know that's something that they're going to be working on. You can almost bet at halftime Coach Carpenter is going to be preaching attack, attack, attack. Now, some of them, there's nothing you can do when they hit the rim, or, there were a couple that looked like they were going down and just popped out. Again, it feels suspiciously like that south basket at the pit in Albuquerque, but we're flipping into the court for the second half. I expect Hobbs to come out and continue to attack, continue to work on the transition game. They have to be careful with their foul situation, though. Brett Clay picked up 3 quick fouls with still almost 5 minutes left in that first half and had to sit. And we do not know the condition of Jayla David. She went down and had to be helped off the court. If they lose David for the second half, that is going to mean they're missing a presence inside. Of course, they've got, as we mentioned, depth. They've got other girls who can go in and can play in that low post, that high post to low post position, like Cunningham, but that's going to mean some other girls are going to have to step up if she's not available to come back in that second half. So I really think they're just going to continue to do what they do and see what happens when the ball hits the court.
All right, and we'll be back. We'll take another break and come back and get this second half tipped off. Again, Hobbs is leading at halftime, 35-12 against Mayfield High School. And we'll be back with more Lady Eagle basketball on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back to Tasker Arena for Hobbs Lady Eagle Basketball on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan along with TJ Miracle and Jonathan running camera tonight. So we are here in what is, for the Lady Eagles, their final tune-up before Hobbs Holiday Tournament, which will be the 28th through the 30th right here at Tasker Arena. And Hobbs firmly in control of this one. They the end of the first quarter, it was 17-0, and then Mayfield managed to score all 12 of their points that are on the board so far in that second quarter. Hobbs now up 35-12, and the girls coming back out to get this second half tipped off here.
And it looks like Jayla David will not be back. She is not even in the bench area, I do not believe.
I think she's still in the training room, maybe getting treatment.
Yeah, so that's.
I have not seen her come back out.
It's going to be a big loss for Hobbs, especially in the post position. But you know, time to put the depth to the test.
And Hobbs inbounds it, gets it to Hargrove, midcourt, passing into the lane. Kendall Cunningham, turnaround jumper from the left side, 2 points, 2 more for her, makes it 37-12.
And I like what they did there. They just came out and they did exactly what we talked about. They got it into the low post, backed it down, and put it up.
Salazar with the ball for Mayfield on the left wing. Hobbs girls keeping them on the outside of the arc. Corona with the ball now on the right side, looking for room. Oh, and passes it all the way across to Bernal. Bernal touches it. I believe it goes out of bounds, so it'll be Hobbs basketball.
And Clay was like, oh, no, I bumped her. Please don't call the foul. Fortunately, she did not. So.
And it'll be Armitage inbounding. Gets it to Mojica. Mojica bringing it down. Working the right side. Into Cunningham. Top of the arc. Bounce pass into Clay. Back to Cunningham. Cunningham works it. Kicks it out to Hargrove. Hargrove finally picks the other foot up. Moves to Armitage, right side. Cunningham kicks it to Hargrove in that corner. She takes a three, won't fall, and fight for the rebound. Villarreal's got it. But then Cunningham reaches out, trying to get it back, and they're going to call jump ball. She does manage to get a hand on it, but it is not a foul. It is a jump ball, but it's going to go the way of Mayfield. So it will be Villarreal inbounding to Salazar. Salazar gets it to Alvarado. They kick it back in the backcourt still. Now finally in the front court, Corona. Still midcourt. And stolen away as Hargrove's got it. Brings it down, passing into the lane to Clay. Clay, a nice layup from the left side, and count the basket and the foul. As Clay with nice work there, 2 points. You feel like she did finally find that rhythm. She's got a lot of energy, and I think for her maybe the challenge is sort of focusing that energy and corralling all of that. She's quick, and she's an exciting player to watch. And at the free throw line, makes it. So sinks that one. Makes it 40-12. Corona with it for Mayfield, getting worked on by Hargrove. Turnaround in the lane, puts up a floater, won't fall, and that's going to be Clay with the rebound.
Her fifth.
Yeah, and puts up the ball, won't fall. Cunningham picks up the rebound. Now Cunningham takes a shot from the left corner, and it's a tray, 43-12, as that's the first three-pointer for Cunningham in the game. Mayfield with the ball going the other way as Corona get the ball punched out of her hands, out of bounds.
Yeah, she was kind of stumbling a little bit and kind of got kicked away there. So
stays Mayfield ball, though. They'll inbound right under the basket. Bounce pass into Alvarado. Kicks it out to Villarreal. Takes a shot, won't fall. Salazar with the rebound, and then she's bumped into, but they're going to call it, I believe, on her.
Nope,
they're going to call it on Cunningham. Yes, they are, Cunningham. So
it'll be Kendall's second personal.
And that is going to send Salazar to the line. It's her first trip to the line. She's got 5 points in the game. And it's up and good. I tell you what, these Mayfield girls are good at the line.
Yeah, they are. Now there are 8 of 10, so 80%. Yeah, that's a percentage you'd like to see.
Salazar, second shot, spins it, and buries it. So 2 more points, 43-14. Hobbs girls still leading. 5:50 left in the third. Bring the ball down. Hargrove's got it. Left side, now top of the arc. Drives in the lane, puts up a shot, and it falls. A nice little floater, kind of a teardrop floater, as Hargrove with 2 more points. She's got 16 in the game. 45-14. Mayfield moving the ball down. That's number 3, Corona. Takes a shot, won't fall. And that is Clay with the rebound. Passes it off. Armitage from the right side, and she buries it. Armitage with a tray. Makes it 48-14. Mayfield bringing the ball down. Get it to Corona. Corona's going to pull up. Pass it over to Salazar. And a bad pass in the lane is stolen away by Hargrove. And a pass intended for Cunningham. Cunningham couldn't turn around and corral that in time. It goes out of bounds.
Yeah, got knocked away by Bernal with the last possible second and out. And you've got to think Mayfield is probably going to try and stiffen their defense just a little bit. If Hobbs can score on this possession, we would get into the 35 clock running rule.
Yeah, 48-14 right now.
35-point clock running rule.
Right,
That's a tongue twister.
4:56 left to play in this third quarter. Hobbs inbounding. And they get it to Cunningham right underneath the basket before she can get anything, do anything with it. She gets fouled. So they're going to call a little push foul.
Yeah, got caught in the Mayfield sandwich down there.
Yeah. And they're going to call that one on Salazar. That's her second.
And it is the second team foul, and Cunningham at the line now for 2.
Yeah, and she's 4 of 4 at the line. Make it.
You almost got her with
the announcer's
with
jinx
the announcer's
on that.
curse.
Yep, she's got 8, 10, 13, 14 points in the game now. Looking to bury her second one. And she does. Makes it an even 50 for Hobbs, 50-14.
And now the clock will only stop on timeouts and foul shots.
Mayfield moving the ball across the line. That's Bernal. Pulls up. Bounce pass to Salazar, to Bernal, that is. That's a shot up by Alvarado, won't fall. And Clay with the rebound. She's going to take it down. Pass it to Armitage. Armitage takes a shot, won't go. Fight for the rebound. Cunningham's got it. Oh, and she turns around.
Oh, and they're going to say jump ball.
Oh, boy.
They're going to say she got tied up. It'll stay Hobbs' ball.
It's, I think, was it Corona?
Yeah, it was Corona.
Corona got a hand just long enough on that ball to call it a jump ball. But it'll
Hobbs
be.
wanting the foul on that.
Let's see. Inbounding, that's Mojica. Get it to Cunningham. She drives in the lane, and now nice little pass into Clay. A nice assist by Cunningham, and then Clay with a layup. So 52-14. Hobbs firmly in control of this in the third quarter. As Mayfield finally across the timeline. They get it to Corona. She's going to pull up. Gets it to Villarreal. She drives the lane, puts it up from the right side. 2 points. Makes it 52-16. Hargrove takes the ball. Just walks it up. Leaves it off for Mojica. Back to Cunningham, now into Clay. She bounces, moves it in, and then puts it up from the left side. 2 more points for Clay. 54-16. And coming the other way, Bernal takes it down. Going to try to, a big block. She's going to try to put it up from the right side, and that ball knocked away, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Mayfield ball, though. Now inbound right in front of the basket. Kick it out to Villarreal. Then to Corona. Ooh, and I think they're going to get Armitage for the reach foul.
Yeah, that'll be her first personal. Second team foul on Hobbs. Is on the floor, though.
All right, not in the act of shooting. And 54-16 your score. 2:40 left to play in the third quarter.
Of course, clock will continue to run except for timeouts, change of quarter, and fouls.
Salazar inbounds it, working the ball around, gets it back. It's Lorank in the game again. Oh, and I think a lane violation has.
Travel.
Nope, travel. Turnover again.
19th turnover for Mayfield.
And give it to the Hobbs girls as clock is ticking. Just a little over 2 minutes to play in the third. 54-16 your score. Hargrove's got it. It's up to Mojica, left side. Passes it back to Hargrove. Now to Kendall Cunningham in the lane. Turnaround jumper. Won't fall. And fighting for the rebound was Brett Clay. And she blocked it. She ended up tipping it away.
Yeah, the last touch by Mia Salazar, and so it's going to go out, and it's going to stay Hobbs ball. They're going to have an opportunity to try and stretch this up to a 40-point lead here with a $1:45 to go in the third.
So the throw in goes to Cunningham, right underneath the basket before she can do anything. The ball is touched. She's fouled as the ball was shoved right into her neck. Yeah, and they're going to call number 12, Villarreal, for that.
Laurent at 14.
Oh, Laurent. All right. I thought that was going to be number 12. All right, and Cunningham first is up and good. Makes it 55-16. A minute 32 left to play in this third quarter. She'll get another one. Second one is up and good. Cunningham solid at the line.
Hobbs solid at the line tonight.
2, 4, 6,
they're
8.
perfect.
Yeah, she's 8 for 8. And
we're 9 for 9 from the line as a team.
56-16 now, 40-point lead. A minute left to play in this third quarter. Mayfield with the ball, moving it down the court. Corona passes to Salazar. Salazar taking it underneath the basket. Going to get fouled by Cunningham, I believe.
Yeah,
well,
I think they actually call that on Bosquez, her first personal. Third team foul on Hobbs.
Yep, number 30, Bosquez. I was a little quick, not blaming Cunningham. Just looked up and thought they were going to call her. Salazar at the line.
She was in the neighborhood.
She sinks that one. She's 3 of 3 at the line tonight. 56-17 your score. Less than a minute to play in this third quarter now. Salazar at the line. Eyes it, skies it, and it rolls home as well. So 2 more points. 56-18 now. The seconds count down. Almost at the end of this third. Hobbs with the ball. That is number 4, Zepeda. That is Coach Carpenter giving bench players a chance to come in. That's the Muniz as well. Passing it to Cunningham. Cunningham turnaround jumper won't fall. Fight for the rebound against McKines.
Yeah, and they're going to get Cunningham over the back on the rebound, so that'll be her third personal. 4th team foul on Hobbs.
And, of course, on the floor. So it'll be Villarreal to inbound. 27 seconds left in this third. Pass over to Salazar. They're going to have to work it out of the backcourt pretty quickly now. Running out of time. It's Villarreal. Finally takes it across to Corona. Corona. Hobbs. Good defense. Pass into Villarreal. A little hippity-hop, 2 hippity-hop in the lane. That was McKines trying to take it in. And they're going to say she gets fouled.
Yep, so she'll
go to the line. They're going to call that on Cunningham again. No.
We'll see.
15, that's Mojica. Going to get it against Mojica. That's her second foul, I believe. Yes, it is. Oh, and up and good. I tell you what, these Mayfield girls practice. They must practice a lot at the line, and it shows. McKines buries her first one. Second one not good.
Rebound by Clay.
And Clay with the rebound, but before she can get halfway down the court, the quarter ends. So at the end of 3, it's 56-19. Hobbs leading. We'll be back with more Lady Eagle basketball on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball from Tasker Arena. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle and Jonathan running camera. Hobbs firmly in control of this one. As at the end of the first, it was 17-0. At half, 35-12. At the end of 3, it was 56-19. That's where we are now.
Yeah, outscored them 21-7 in that third quarter.
Mayfield inbounding, working it in. McKine's trying to get the ball up, and no good. Fight for it on the floor. Girls ended up, there's no whistle. 3 Corona with a putback. It won't fall, goes out of bounds. Last touch by Mayfield. So all of that to just end up in the Hobbs' hands. As that is number Cepeda, I believe. Cepeda getting it over to, man, that's 33 Muniz in the lane, gets hip checked, and they're definitely going to put her at the line. They're going to call that on, let's see,
Bernal.
number 4, Bernal. That's her first foul. And it'll put Muniz at the line. And up, it's short, no good.
And that is the first missed free throw tonight for the Lady Eagles. They were 9 of 9 to that point.
And we were, I've been talking about how solid Mayfield is at the line tonight. Well, Hobbs, again, very, very solid tonight as well. That one is up and good, though, so 1 for 2. Makes it 57-19, running clock again here in this fourth quarter. Mayfield with the ball. They get it down to Bernal. Back to Corona. She drives the lane, puts up a shot, and it falls.
The circus shot.
Yeah.
Hey, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
2 points, 57-21. Hobbs with the ball, going the other way now. And that is Cepeda driving the lane, gives it out to Clay. Clay going to take it in for the right side, loses it off of her foot, goes out of bounds.
And very lucky that Hobbs is going to keep that ball, as it looked like it came off of her foot, even though a poke from behind by Salazar. So Hobbs gets a break and will keep the basketball.
And Mojica gets it in. Gets it over to Cepeda. Back to Mojica. She tries a three-pointer from the corner, doesn't fall. Fight for the rebound. It's going to be Salazar.
Her 5th rebound.
They get it to Bernal. Fight for it. Going to tie it up. Yep, they're going to say jump ball. So good hustle and work by both Cepeda and Mojica for Hobbs. As Mayfield a little frustrated by that. They wanted a foul, but it was a jump ball. Goes the way of Hobbs. That'll be Cepeda. He's going to bring it up.
20th turnover for Mayfield.
Hobbs working the ball outside the arc. Pass in the lane to Clay. Clay turnaround jumper won't fall. Whistle sounds, though. I think she gets fouled.
Yeah, I think just a little bump as she did that little turnaround jumper from the low post.
And it was just a little too hard. Went off the backboard, so no good. But she will go to the line. And they're going to call that on McKine's first foul. Clay is 1 for 1 at the line now, 2 for 2.
And she's got 13 points, so 3 Lady Eagles in double digits.
Yep, she's got 4. Got her down for 7 rebounds now to go with that. 58-21 your score. Fast-moving second half if we'd been in running clock. And that went good as well for Clay. 59-21, and a whistle sounds.
Yeah, we got some subs checking in for the Lady Eagles.
So Coach Carpenter once again is going to get some of his bench players in to hopefully see some good minutes, significant minutes, some good playing time.
Yeah, as he puts Hargrove back in, she'll really be the one kind of running the offense out there.
Yeah, she'll run the point. Oh, boy, a fight for the ball as the just kind of a free-for-all. That pass, a long pass.
Yeah, Bosca's got the hand in there, and then it was basically her and Salazar doing a scramble drill, and Salazar touching it last.
So Cepeda will inbound from over near the scorer's table. And coming out is going to be Bernal for Mayfield. And I think that was Alvarado going back in. And Villarreal. And Corona. Hobbs working it around. Gets it to Hargrove. Hargrove passes over to Cepeda in the corner, and she buries a 3. Nice shot from the right corner there. 62-21 your score, 4:26 left. Coach Carpenter, I think, wants a timeout. Yeah, he wants to talk to his girls, a 30-second timeout. We'll just keep it right here and say a big thank you to our sponsors.
Yeah, we couldn't do this without Lee County State Bank, Hobbs Rental, Forest Tire Company, Hobbs Express, Robinson and Associates, Thriftway Grocery Store, First American Bank, Lasco Construction, Eunice Pump and Supply, NMR Pipeline, Rent-A-Center, and Devon Energy. They make Lady Eagle basketball possible absolutely free of charge here on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel. Please subscribe and tell your family and friends, and also the Hobbs tab at hobbsamerica.com.
62-21 right here. Hobbs in control of this one since the beginning over Mayfield. Although Mayfield they have been fighting, they haven't given up. They've been hustling, and they got really skunked in that first quarter, 17-0. 35-12 at half, 56-19 at the end of 3, and now 4:17 left to play. Mayfield that's Corona taking the ball, and she's hobbling just a little bit.
Yeah,
the whistle sound that she got pushed from behind, I think.
Yeah,
she
I
got
think they're
fouled.
going to say Muniz actually stepped on her foot.
Oh, okay,
maybe,
kind of
so, yeah,
tripped her a little bit, stepped on the insole maybe.
So her third personal, 16 foul on the Lady Eagles.
All right, Muniz.
Of course, you don't want anybody to get hurt in a 40-plus point ball game.
No, that's true.
I mean, we've already lost Jayla David on our side, and they would certainly hate to lose anybody on theirs. Corona.
I do not see Jayla back on the bench. Do you think, is she back in the?
No, I don't think she's back on the bench yet. Actually, she is. She's on the back row.
On the very back. Okay, that's why. Yep, she is. She's over the very. So that's a good sign that she at least is back out on the bench. And we'll have Mayfield inbounding. That's going to be Villarreal inbounding from the Hobbs section. We get it to Kirker in the game for the first time for Mayfield. Working the ball. Back to Villarreal. And looking for room. Hobbs, it's taken away. Another turnover. As they pass that off in the corner. A high shot won't fall. Fight for the rebound. Loose ball on the court. Fight for it. Hobbs with a handle on it. No whistle. Mayfield comes up with it, though, and they pass to Salazar. Salazar pulls up outside the arc on the left side, gets it to Kirker. Kirker getting worked on. Again, several of the bench players for Hobbs in now. Kirker is going to take it. Bounce pass in the lane right underneath. Point blank to Alvarado. She puts up 2. Makes it 62-23. Hobbs with the ball now and coming down. That's one of the girls from off the bench. And I think that's number Cepeda.
Yeah, Cepeda.
Cepeda. Yeah, number 4, Cepeda. They get it to Hargrove. Hargrove pulls up midcourt. She's getting worked on by Kirker. Kirker almost took the ball away. And a bad pass as Hobbs not ready for that.
Just the 6th turnover for the Lady Eagles. So, and I apologize, about a minute ago I was looking at the wrong roster.
Mayfield with Kirker. Passing it in. That's Alvarado. Working it into Salazar. And a pass in the lane almost gets picked off. Mayfield keeps control of it, and then kind of just a weird half shot that goes way wide out of bounds.
You had a block under there from Alana Bolton, and she knocked it over, and it wound up in the hands of one of the Mayfield girls, and then, she just kind of tossed it up towards the basket, and it goes out, but Hobbs got a hand on it.
And that'll be Villarreal inbounding. And a quick into Chavarria, takes a shot at it, won't fall. Mayfield with the rebound. That's the third look. Still a loose ball. Comes down. Hobbs with a handle on it, but they're going to call a foul. As I think, are they going to call that on Muniz again?
No,
that's going to be on Bolton now.
Her first personal 7th team foul, and so that'll put...
That's going to put McKines at the line. She's 1 of 2. And the first one is up and no good. So 62-23, just a minute left to play in this game. Hobbs, of course, looking for their 9th win, will get their 9th win of the season in this final tune-up before the Hobbs Holiday Tournament. McKines, a shot up, no good, spins out. But Salazar with the rebound, pulls up, left side, won't fall. And Hobbs with the rebound.
It's going to be Bolton.
Bolton passes it down. Cepeda in the corner. Back out. Back to Cepeda in the corner. Bounce pass. And
inside to Richardson.
In the and trying to pass it. It goes out of bounds, but last touch by Mayfield. Hobbs will inbound. Trying to find somebody open. They do. They find in the right corner. There's a shot up, no good. And free for all. Fight for it. It'll be controlled by Mayfield, as that was number 12, Villarreal, spinning it back in. Now Salazar's got it from the left side. Just a few seconds left in the game. Last second shot is, no shot is up, and time expires on this one. 62-23, your final score. Hobbs winning this one, and we'll be back in just a couple, 3 minutes and wrap this one up from Tasker Arena. It's Lady Eagle Basketball on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagle Basketball on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. As the Lady Eagles victorious in this one, 62-23 your final score. It was 17-0 at the end of the first, 35-12 at halftime, 56-19 at the end of three, and then your final score, 62-23. And TJ, you've got the Mayfield numbers for their 23 points.
Yeah, leading scorer tonight for them was Mia Salazar. Finishes up with 9 points to go along with 6 rebounds in the ball game. 4 points for Yadina Bernal. She had 2 rebounds as well. 4 points for Lorena Villarreal. She was their leading rebounder with 8. Then you had 3 points for Lyric Corona, who got shut down. She was their leading scorer coming in tonight at 17 points a game, was limited to just 3. 2 points, Jocelyn Alvarado, and 1 point for Sienna McKines. The Lady Trojans go a combined 12 of 17 from the free throw line. Pretty good percentage. They do have 25 rebounds as a team in the ball game. Turn the ball over 22 times. So that's the numbers for Mayfield.
All right. I've got Kendall Cunningham as your leading scorer for Hobbs with 17 points. Do you agree with that?
I do.
17 points, and she's got 5 rebounds. Nope, she ended up with 7. Okay. 7 rebounds, 17.7 rebounds. And also we have Bryn Hargrove with 16 points, a rebound, 3 steals. And you've got Clay with 14 points, 7 rebounds. And we've got Jayla David, who only played the first half, went out with an injury, but back on the bench toward the end of the game. Good to see. She ended up with 4 points, 7 rebounds. And you've got Leanna Armitage with 3 points, a couple of steals, 3 rebounds. And Mojica with 4 points, 4 rebounds, a couple of steals. And Bosques with a couple of rebounds. Madison Cepeda had a tray, so she had 3 points in the game. And Kaislyn Muniz with 1 point. And Bolton with a rebound. Bosques with the 2 rebounds.
Absolutely. Hobbs goes 12 of 13 from the free throw line. So very good there from the charity stripe. As a team, 33 rebounds, only 6 turnovers in the ball game. So, really pretty good numbers in this final tune-up before the holiday tournament. And
that will be the 28th, 29th, 30th right here at Tasker Arena. Again, the lineup is going to be Albuquerque Highland, Oregon Mountain, Isleta Parkland, Piedra Vista, Laredo United, Ironwood, Arizona, and El Paso Aztec for the girls' side to go along with the Hobbs Lady Eagles in that side of the tournament. So good luck to the girls, and we hope that everyone has an enjoyable break for Christmas. And then, of course, all of that action will start on the 28th right here at Tasker Arena. The Hobbs boys, of course, will be in action. And a couple of these teams, I didn't write that lineup down, but a couple of these, the same teams for the girls will also bring their boys for the boys' side, but not all of them. It's for the most part, it's a different lineup for the boys and the girls in that holiday tournament.
Yeah, and of course you will be able to watch those games right here on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com, both girls and boys, beginning with the girls' game 6:30 on the 28th and 29th and 30th.
All right, so be watching and listening for those with Ty Friend, and that's going to do it for tonight. So thank you very much. Again, certainly an easy game for Hobbs, but they had some, I'm sure, some goals in this that Coach Carpenter wanted them to work on, and some of that ended up being, some of the bench players again and getting some good minutes. But we also certainly hope that Jayla David, that was not a serious injury, and that she'll hopefully be back and one of the starters for the Hobbs girls in that holiday tournament. I'm Dawn Morgan for TJ Miracle and Jonathan running camera. We say thank you for watching, for listening. We thank our sponsors again one more time, and we thank you. And that's it for Hobbs Lady Eagle Basketball on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Good night.